Hello to everyone from the farthest reaches of the YouTube multiverse. I'm Primetime0569 and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Today I have a product review for you. It is for the Retro Fighters Translucent Brawler64 Nintendo 64 Controllers. I actually just recently started collecting for the Nintendo 64 and I've been really interested in these controllers ever since I heard about them, because my one glaring complaint about that system was how bad the controller design was. There are 5 colors in total. I have purple, red, that kind of looks more pink to me. I've got blue, and then I've got orange, which is my personal favorite. But there's also a jungle green color that was actually my least favorite out of the 5, so I didn't pick it up because I only have 4 controller ports. So let's go ahead and get into this review. So just sit back, relax, because it's game time. So here it is. Let's start to unbox it. It has got really good weight. It's got the Z buttons are where the trigger buttons are on an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, and the right and left triggers or bumpers are still up here. It has a clear button right here and a turbo button here, and then it has the GameCube style thumbstick. The D-pad is pretty good, very responsive. The A button, the B button, the start button, the C buttons, they feel great. And I believe the C buttons are actually larger on these, so it makes it ideal for games like Super Smash Bros. And let's see how long this cord is. This is probably an 8-foot cord, I would guess. And that matches up perfect to the other controller. And let me see what the box says. Introducing the Brawler64 gamepad by Retro Fighters, a completely redesigned N64 controller with next generation features and attributes. Providing a new and comfortable way to play your favorite classic N64 games, the next gen styled controller has a completely updated look over the original N64 controller. The Retro Fighters Brawler64 gamepad showcases a 2-handle design and features responsive buttons, D-pad, and comfortable analog stick. The Retro Fighters Brawler64 gamepad offers a new way to play your classic N64 games. It features an ergonomic and comfortable 2-handle design, ultra-fast turbo button, turn it on when you need it, turn it off when you don't. Larger C buttons, perfect for fighting games, like I said. Comfortable and responsive analog stick, stylish matte buttons, responsive and high-quality D-pad, repositioned Z triggers on both the left and right side of the controller, ergonomic placement of the B and A buttons, which I actually agree with all of that, and it feels kind of light. I mean, it doesn't look like it has the rumble feature built into it, but it has the design of like an Xbox 360 controller. It is compatible with a memory card, and I don't have a rumble pack, but it is also compatible with that. But what I do know is that it is not compatible with the Pokemon Stadium transfer pack. So if you were going to play Pokemon Stadium, you would just need to use one of your regular N64 controllers and plug that in, maybe into port 2, and then you can still use this, because as long as it's still plugged into port 2, it'll still read that data. So compared to an original Nintendo 64 controller, I mean, this is always going to have a nostalgic factor for me, but I mean, it's just so bad. Like, I've tried to go back and play those games, play Mario Kart and Smash Brothers on there with this controller, and it's just so bad. modern gaming has obviously ruined me. I don't remember it being that bad when I was a kid, but I mean, that was, 20 years ago. And it's obviously way better than a third-party Nintendo 64 controller. Like, this thumbstick is so stiff, and the buttons are unresponsive. It's orange, so that's cool, but other than that, I really, really enjoy the way that this feels when I play with it. I'm going to upload some capture footage from when I was playing Mario Kart, and also some Smash Brothers on there, and maybe a few other games. So we are playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 with the Brawler64 controller. And one thing I will say that I already noticed is that the C down button actually lets you ollie. And I always used A, but I never knew that the C down button lets you ollie. And that's probably because on the original controller, it is so far away from the A button. So that is really awesome for this game. See, everything's really responsive. This is the first game that I tested it out on. And the soundtrack for this game is just so good. Every Tony Hawk soundtrack is great. Doesn't matter if you like rock or rap or anything, it's all good music. There we go. I'm professional again. Here's another one, Mario Kart. Gotta pick Yoshi. Always Yoshi. Let's see how this handles. I'm anxious to find out about the Z buttons though on this game. It handles really well. I just can't say enough good things about this new joystick. I mean, the Z buttons, that was very comfortable. Alright, Luigi, get out of the way. Now, I will say that doing the power slides is going to be a little different. Let's go. But it handles really well. I have no complaints so far. I'm anxious to find out about how it works out in other games. Go. And this is the one everybody's been waiting for, Super Smash Brothers. Alright. I still don't know how I feel about the Z button because it was in such a natural place on the original N64 controller. But we'll see. Oh. Alright, let's get them. Yoshi, you dirtbag. Look at Yoshi. Think about that life. Oh, missed him. Got him. Alright, well that was it. I mean, the controller feels great. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, so you have to play a couple rounds with it. But I mean, overall, I love it. I don't ever want to go back to playing with the original N64 controller. The Brawler64 controller is definitely the way to go. So I'm really glad that I was able to finally get some gameplay footage from my N64 so I could show you all how my reaction to the controller as I was using it. I finally got my Elgato HD60 in the mail. I bought it off somebody online. But I don't know what else to say about the Brawler64 controller. I mean, it is amazing. It is the best N64 controller that I have ever used, hands down. And the price tag is $29.99 on RetroBrawlers.com, and you're going to spend $20 on eBay for an original N64 controller anyways, and you might as well just spend the extra $10 and get the Retro Brawler 64 because it enhances the gameplay experience so much more. There were little things that I found out while testing it out that I had no idea that you could do with the regular controller, but it just with the button layout I just didn't know. Like on Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the down C button lets you ollie as well, and a lot of people probably knew that, but I didn't. I just honestly had no idea. But I love it. I don't want to go back to using an original controller whatsoever, and I'm really excited for my friends to come over and for us to play Smash or Mario Kart or anything on the new Retro Brawler 64 controllers. Well, this is the end of the video. This is Primetime 0569 signing out. Thanks for coming, and have a good one.